AC, it's just finished here at the RTL Group Stadium, 2-0 to Greenwich Borough. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, no, it was a quite intense game from like for a pre-season game, which is what you want. I thought Greenwich done really well. They clearly well up for the game, and I think that's probably what saw them over the line from a results perspective in the end. I think they kind of wanted it a little bit more than us, which is a bit of a concern. But overall, like, the results are irrelevant. There's nothing at stake at this stage. It's purely, as we've said, about getting minutes in players' legs. Looking at what options we've got, there's a couple more options of players that become available today that we've looked at. So overall, as a training exercise, it's what we wanted at this stage of the season. I don't look at results at the moment. We could win all games pre-season and then turn up on Saturday against Bearsted and get smashed, and then that's all that matters. So likewise, we could win every game pre-season and then go and lose against Bearsted. So yeah, for me it was just, again, part of the pre-season programme, minutes in players' legs, looking at shape, trying different shapes out as well. We've got one game left, obviously, Tuesday night away at Hawley, which would be a nice way to finish against a team at our own level, and we can go into that and then get a training session in before we get going. So yeah, overall, obviously result-wise not great, but I'm not going to dwell on that. Yeah, just happy to get more minutes in the tank for players.
Is performance important as well at this stage?
I think it is, yeah. I think it is, but I think we've seen over the course of pre-season, the games that we've had, we've seen some good performances, particularly against higher level sides, which is encouraging. Perhaps not so good against lower level sides, but I think you always get a bit of a mixed bag pre-season. So, as I said, I'm not massively concerned. I think we'll go into the last week now, look to try and get a result, obviously at Hawley, but the key thing will be working on shape patterns that we're trying to implement. And then we'll probably have a training session Thursday when we'll look at set pieces and go through a few more patterns, just a bit more of a walkthrough ahead of the game Saturday. So yeah, I don't know. I personally, I hate pre-season. Simple as that. I just want to get on with the real games when there's actually something at stake. So the key thing is to view it as part of the training program that we've put in place. Performance is nice, but I could not care less about results if we go and win against Bearsted.
Fair enough. Have you seen the team starting to gel?
I think there's been glimpses of it. I mean, one of the other things, probably a little bit of a moan up, is we've not really had the same squad out. We've picked up a few injuries. Like, I've got 3 right backs at the club, for example, and they're all injured today. So obviously Cassius has been registered as a player probably a bit sooner than he would have liked in his sort of like development into non-league, and he's come in and played a few games for him, which has been good. But yeah, look, you get injuries, it's part of football. You get people that go away, which is obviously frustrating from our perspective when we're trying to set things up. We've had Nat Murray's been out injured today. That's quite a big loss to us. He's key in the way that we want to play. So, but during the course of a season, that's the same thing that happens. So you pick up injuries, you pick up suspensions, you've got to deal with it. So yes, it is frustrating when we haven't been able to get that consistency with the squad, but it's probably the same for most clubs. Just got to get on with it. There's no point moaning about it. So we'll just crack on.
Our opponents today, Greenwich Borough, they're going to be using our facilities this season. How does that affect things?
I mean, look, we know obviously Reese and Beardo really well from their time at the club, and a few regular familiar faces that they've obviously got in and around them. From a football perspective, I don't really think it impacts anything. We all get on really well. We get on well with Gary and Brett, who are running their club. Hence where the ground share has come from. Obviously, financially, it's beneficial to us to have that in place. And we wish them all well for the season. I think they've got like a decent side with some very exciting young players and some very well established players. So I think they'll do well in their league, to be fair.
And as you said earlier, our next game away to Hawley Town on Tuesday night. Big long journey for a pre-season friendly. Is that good to get the players used to that? Yeah, look, it's part of non-league football, right? You've got to go to places that you perhaps are not that convenient or easy to get to.
I mean, it's not a million miles away.
No.
It's just the other side of Gatwick, to be fair. So, yeah, look, we'll go down there, and I'm sure it'll be a good test. I think it's important to finish playing against a team at our level to see, like, almost kind of put a bit of a marker at where we're at. Very hard to gauge that against higher opposition as well as obviously lower level opposition. But yeah, look, midweek games can be frustrating at times, especially when we've had young squads where people aren't driving. But if they want to play football at this level, they've got to learn that that's part of it. So yeah, it'd be good to get away from home and go and sort of test ourselves down there. It was nice to be at home today, obviously the first game that we've played, so the players can get used to the setup here. We've been on the road pretty much all pre-season, either neutral grounds or away from home, so that was good today, and to be honest with you, the pitch I thought was looking outstanding, so it's all looking really positive here.
Brilliant. Go well on Tuesday, AC.
Cheers, Nick.